And what is going on, everybody? It's Josh right back again with opening day of the Montreal Expos season is underway here at the oldest baseball team in the MLB. The Cincinnati Reds will host the brand new Montreal Expos for opening day of the 2024 Major League Baseball season. And it's all coming up here on Let's Talk Sports. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, and welcome to the first televised coverage of Montreal Expos baseball. The first time since 2004. The Expos are back in Montreal, Canada, where they belong. After 20 years in Washington, D.C., the owner group for the Nationals sold the club to an investment group in Montreal. And, let's just say there was and to say Expos fans are excited, to say that baseball fans are excited that the Expos are back is an understatement. And it's a great privilege for the Reds, I'm pretty sure, to host the Expos for the first time this year. Hunter Green will get the start for the Reds. The Expos, meanwhile, will go for Mackenzie Gore. That's all coming up opening day of the Major League Baseball season. It's the Expos, it's the Reds, it's baseball on Let's Talk Sports Montreal, Fox Sports Montreal, I don't know. One of those two things, who knows? We'll take a look at the lineup here, and this one's set up by Davey Martinez. Leading things off is the second baseman, Luis Garcia. Batting second is the former Padre prospect, C.J. Abrams. He's at short. Batting third in right field, Lane Thomas. Joey Meneses hits cleanup. Then it's Joey Gallo hitting fifth at DH. Ruiz hits sixth. He's at catcher. Nick Senzel, the former Red, playing third base today. Rosario in left, and Victor Robles is in center. Take a look at the defense around the horn for the Reds. Spencer Steers at first, second base Matt McLean, shortstop Ellie De La Cruz, third base Candelario, and the outfield from left to right, TJ Friedel is in left, Stuart Fairchild in center, and in right field Will Benson. Tyler Stevenson is behind the plate doing the catching. Luis Garcia, first pitch, a fly ball to left. Making the catch is Friedel. That is out number one. I didn't have any lineup cards for this game, so I went on my old notebook that I had from school, and I'm just writing down the scores and everything on there. Here's C.J. Abrams, one hopefully future superstar, traded for another in exchange for Juan Soto. He goes down swinging on, strikes out on three pitches. And now bring in Lane Thomas for the first time this year, former Cardinal. Another guy who came over to the Nationals in a trade. In 2021, in exchange for veteran starting pitcher John Lester. 0-2 from Green, and a fastball fouled off. The count is still 0-2. Slider fouled off. Down is still 0-2 from Green. Just misses ball one. For those of you wondering, this is our first live stream of the Montreal Expos series, franchise series we're doing here on YouTube. Very excited to get it underway. And then we'll also have the simulation game series going on. We'll do the Road to the Show series. We have a lot of fun content, a lot of fun videos coming your way with MLB The Show 24 this summer. Very excited. Full count from Lane Thomas. That is a ground ball to third. Candelario making a nice play. Gets the out. So nothing for the Expos in their top of the half of the first. The Reds coming to bat. And they'll take a shot at Mackenzie Gore, another former Padre that came over to the Expos in exchange for Juan Soto alongside. He came over here alongside the shortstop for the Expos today, C.J. Abrams. Here's a look at the lineup set up by manager David Bell, I think it is, or Buddy Bell, one of the two. Hey, Siri. Who is the manager of the Cincinnati Reds?
The answer I found is David Bell.
Yes, it is. Okay, it is David Bell. I was right. So here's David Bell's lineup for the Reds in this one. T.J. Friedl leading things off in left field. Stuart Fairchild hits second. He's in center. Then it's Fraley hitting third at DH. Ellie De La Cruz hits in the cleanup spot. Spencer Steer bats fifth at first. Matt McLean batting sixth, followed up by Tyler Stevenson, the catcher. Candelaria bats eighth, he's at third, and Will Benson bats ninth, he's at right. Take a look at the defense around the horn for the Expos in this one. Joey Meneses is at first, second base Garcia. Third base is Nick Senzel, the former Cincinnati Red. Usually plays outfield, but he's playing third base today. Abrams is at short, and then the outfield from left to right. Rosario's in left, center field Robles, and in right field is Lane Thomas. So I'll bring in T.J. Friedl to lead things off for Cincinnati. First pitch to him a bit up high. The umpire calls strike one. Fastball outside, ball one. Taking a look at both ball clubs entering this season. I mean, to say that they're somewhat identical is kind of an understatement. The Reds entering the season with a young core. That's it up the middle, a base hit. First hit of the season for the Reds, and that it belongs to T.J. Friedl. Pick-off throw to first. He goes back safely. Here's Stuart Fairchild. As I was saying earlier, looking at both of these teams heading into the season, two teams, very young offenses. The Reds with Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McLean, Stuart Fairchild, who I don't really know how old he is, but we have, T.J. Friedl, Spencer Steer, a lot of young guys that a lot of people are excited for. Runners going, and T.J. Friedl with a stolen base. Off of Keibert Ruiz behind the plate. And then you look at the Expos, another solid group of guys, a lot of youngsters. A ground ball to Senzel at third base, and that is out number one. So the first out recorded for Mackenzie Gore in a Montreal Expos uniform. That'll bring in Jake Fraley. Cincinnati with a runner at second, one out. First pitch outside, ball one. As you're just tuning in, bottom of the first inning. It's the first game of our Montreal Expos franchise series that we're doing. Yep, we decided to do a relocation expansion team. And we chose to pick the Nationals, and we turned them back into the Expos because I'm pretty sure everybody misses the Montreal Expos. Just like everybody in Quebec City misses the NHL team that they had. I remember hearing about, like in the 90s, that there were a lot of NHL teams in Canada who were about to leave. Like a lot of them, like the Winnipeg Jets, they became the Phoenix Coyotes. And then Quebec, I don't remember. No, Quebec became the Colorado Avalanche. It's down the right field line. And Lane Thomas making an absolute amazing catch in right field. We were talking about hockey at a baseball game, and Lane Thomas with an absolute amazing catch. Of course, they're not going to show a replay of it because why would they? I guess we'll have to look at a replay of it soon. The runner will tag up at third base for the Reds. And that brings in their most exciting player, Ellie De La Cruz. What were we talking about again? We were talking about, about a lot of NHL teams in Canada leaving in the 1990s. Because I guess at the time, like, Canada's, like, economics were not that great. And, like, the Canadian dollar was, again, not that great. So a lot of NHL teams there ended up leaving, like the Winnipeg Jets. Old school Winnipeg Jets, they became the Phoenix Coyotes. Quebec became the Colorado Avalanche. I remember hearing that the Edmonton Oilers, they almost left Canada. The Calgary Flames was another team that about left Canada. Thank heavens both the Calgary Flames and Edmonton Oilers still exist. Obviously the Edmonton Oilers are one of the best teams in hockey, both historically and as of right now. I mean, I'm allowed to say that because, well, they're in the playoffs right now. They're playing the Vancouver Canucks right now, if I'm correct. But enough about hockey. Let's get back into some baseball. 2-2 count to De La Cruz. That is fouled off again. Right into the stands. Ellie De La Cruz, big shortstop, big guy at the plate right now. I don't know what's going through pitchers' minds when they have to face guys that are like above 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", like around that height. Nick Senzel, barehanded throw, pulls Meneses off the bag. Runner scores 1-0 Cincinnati. And Ellie De La Cruz, also a speedy, a fast guy. I'm not sure so they call that an infield single. Yeah, Ellie De La Cruz, he is fast around the bases. He's got 99 speed for a reason. The Reds also have a lot of fast guys on their team. I mean, hell, we just saw their leadoff guy steal second. Senzel, ground ball to third, and Meneses having a rough time again. And this time it's going to be an error on Nick Senzel. Surprised that wasn't an error on Joey Meneses for dropping the ball. Line caught by Luis Garcia to end the inning. The Reds get a few hits, and they score one run on an infield single hit by Ellie De La Cruz. We head to the second. 1-0 Cincinnati. Joey Meneses, Joey Gallo, and Keibert Ruiz all due up for the Expos here in the top half of the second. 1-0 Reds. As Hunter Green heads back to the mound for the second inning. First pitch to Meneses is a strike. And he fouls off the fastball. Count is 0-2. Take a look at some news in the MLB The Show world. There's a strikeout for Hunter Green. That's his second. So the Cardinals have some news going on. Lance Lynn about not too far away from 2,000 hits. Lance Lynn from 2,000 strikeouts. Clayton Kershaw entering not too far from 3,000 strikeouts. Yu Darvish about 75, I think, away from 3,000 Ks. So, and then there's some news about the Expos. 7 of the top 100 prospects come from the Expos farm system. So, 1-2 to Gallo. Fastball outside, ball 2. Joey Gallo took a 1-year deal with the Expos. And he strikes out. See why they brought him in for 1 year and not 10 years. But yeah, that's just his first at bat of the game, first at bat of the season. It'll take him a while to get used to playing for the Expos. Keibert Ruiz with an 0-1 count. Him and Josiah Gray, who we will see pitch game 2 of this series against the Reds, were both involved in a trade with the Dodgers. The Nationals at the time, they got Ruiz and they got Josiah Gray. Got a 2-2 count on them. Dodgers, meanwhile, ended up with Trey Turner and Max Scherzer. 2-2 count is fouled off. And he hits one in the air to left, back at the wall. This one is gone. The first Expo home run of the season, and it belongs to Keibert Ruiz. Ties the game at 1 here in the second. Hunter Green a strike away from striking out the side. And Keibert Ruiz decides, hey, let's deposit one into left field. The first hit, the first run, and the first home run. And the first RBI all at 1 for the Expos in that at bat. Nick Senzel, the former Red, down 1-2. Are they really going to play that music every time the batters are down 1-2? That's off the glove of Green. Senzel heads to first. He's in safely. And that seemed to hit Hunter Green pretty hard. And about hit him either on the leg, it bounced off his glove a little bit. Waving to David Bell saying, hey, it looks like we're going to be good. And of course he's good. He's still pitching. Here's Eddie Rosario. Spent the last 2 years in Atlanta, hit 21 home runs last year. Was good enough for the Expos to bring him in for this year. Currently at 159 career home runs. Strikes out on a fastball. No home run there. However, Hunter Green gets out of the inning. Keibert Ruiz, first hit. Well, not the first. Yeah, I guess it is the first hit. First hit, the first RBI, the first home run, the first run scored, all in one at bat. We go to the bottom of the second. This game is tied. We got a tied game here in the bottom of the second inning between the Montreal Expos and the Cincinnati Reds on opening day. Mackenzie Gore returning to the mound like he did in the first inning. Take a look at some scores around the league. Twins and Royals at Kauffman Stadium. They're in the second inning right now. Twins have a 1-0 lead. Tyler Stevenson in a right field. That's a base hit. So the Twins catcher, or the Reds catcher, excuse me, starting some damage here. Sorry, we were just talking about the Twins. So I got the Twins and Reds mixed up. Anyway, that is off the glove of Abrams. And they get the out at second. Yeah, they get the out at second. So one out here is Candelario, or his good friend Will Benson. First pitch, a strike. We're underway with the at-bat.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Here's the 0-2 to Benson. A strikeout, out number 2. First K of the day for Mackenzie Gore. Now bring in TJ Friedel, led off the game with a single and stole second.
Ball 1. Counts 1-0.
That's up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. That is in her right. Thomas making the catch. And we go to inning number 3 here in Cincinnati. This game is tied at 1 run apiece. Victor Robles leading things off for the Montreal Expos here today. Here in the top of the 3rd inning. Strikes out. Strikeout number 5 for Hunter Green. Now bring in Luis Garcia. Let's go Expos. Yes, sir. Let's go Montreal Expos. One ball, 1 strike to Luis Garcia. 0 for 1, flew out to left field in his first at bat.
That ball's foul.
Ball goes foul. Count is 1-2. Fouled off once more. Count is 1-2 to Garcia. Struck him out. Hunter Green is on fire to start things off here early in the game. Struck out on a fastball way up high. And now CJ Abrams comes in. He struck out his last time up. Looking for a redemption. Heading into this at bat. 2-0. First round pick by the Padres in 2019. Was traded to Washington in 2022. And then the Nationals decided, hey, let's go back to Montreal and become the Expos. A little weak liner to the shortstop, 2 in the inning. One shortstop lines out to the other. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Game's tied at 1. It's Stuart Fairchild leading things off for the Reds here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's opening day baseball here on Let's Talk Sports here in, for the Montreal Expos franchise series. Finally getting that underway. At a perfect time, too, now that I'm out of school for the semester. I seem to have more time to kind of, do things for myself. Not worry about school as much. Unless if it's, getting tuition, FFA, or not FFA, financial aid. That's what I meant to say, tuition and all that stuff. Sorry, FFA is a agriculture program. Jake Fraley 0 for 1. Flew out to right field his last time up. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he shoots one into center. The Reds take the lead. It's 2-1. .412 feet to deep right center field. And the Reds are back on top. It's 2-1. Here in the bottom of the third, that brings in Ellie De La Cruz. First pitch to him is a ball.
Ball 2.
2-0 pitch to De La Cruz. My controller keeps dropping on the floor. De La Cruz slaps one down the left field line. That's a base hit. That may be trouble. The throw in from Rosario is not in time, and De La Cruz is in with a stolen base. He is 2 for 2 on the night. That'll bring in Spencer Steer, 0 for 1. First pitch, 12-6 curve, drop right down the middle. That's 0-1. Spencer Steer, 23 bombs last year, 86 runs batted in. Another one of those top prospects in the Cincinnati farm system. He made his way up again last year in 2023. Also started his career off with the Twins. Came over to the Reds in 2022 for Luis Castillo. Rest is history. 2-2 to Steer. De La Cruz is at second. 1 out. Reds hoping to make it 3-1 after that Jake Fraley home run. Another pickoff throw to second, and De La Cruz retreats safely. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 2 away.
The batter, number 9, second baseman.
So that brings in Matt McClain. Originally came up as a shortstop. They moved him over to second because of Ellie De La Cruz. Another guy who can hit the ball pretty well. Just like that, for example. Base hit to left. De La Cruz is going to score. It's 3-1. Perfect example. We were just saying Matt McClain's a good hitter when he gets the bat on the ball. And what happens? He gets a base hit into left field to score. De La Cruz. Also, we said the Reds might make this a 3-1 game. What's the score now? Reds 3, Expos 1. There you go. Tyler Stevenson up next, 1 for 1. On the night, there is a swing and a miss. The count is 1-2. From Gore on its way. That is lined. Double force out at short. And that's going to end the third inning. We played 3 full here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Score is now 3-1 Reds.
1-0. Nope, that's the ball.
Count is 2-1. Lane Thomas leading things off for Montreal here in the top of the 4th inning. And then it will be Joey Meneses and Joey Gallo all due up. Lane Thomas struck out, or grounded out to third his last time up. This time he works the count full. The 3-2. That is in the shallow right center. McLean coming in, makes the catch. One out here in the top of the 4th. Here's Joey Meneses. Struck out his last time up. One of those guys who hits a lot of home runs and he strikes out a lot. There's a fly ball to left. This one is off the top of the wall. Joey Meneses heading for second, and it's a 1-out double. Nice hit for Joey Meneses. That brings in the other Joey Gallo. Was once a superstar in Texas, and now he's just a journeyman outfielder / utility guy, or DH. 2 home runs away from 200. However, he has struck out twice today. Becoming Hunter Green's 7th strikeout of the day. And that brings in Keibert Ruiz. He homered back in the 2nd after Joey Gallo struck out. Here's the 0-1. That is crushed down the right field line. Ruiz goes deep again. And this game is tied once again. 3-3. And Ruiz is 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. Man, this guy is going to have a good season. And then watch. I say he's going to have a good season. And then he hits like 220 for the rest of the month of April. Hits like 198. Hope that doesn't happen. Line caught by Steer at first, steps on the bag. And becomes out number 3. Keibert Ruiz ties the game at 3 on a 2-run shot to right field. That's his 2nd homer of the day. And the game is tied up at 3. Jameer Candelario, the former Detroit Tigers third baseman, spent last season in Washington. Grounds to third, 1 away.
The right fielder, number 30, Will Benson.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. That brings in Will Benson. Struck out his last time up. He is the only strikeout victim today for Mackenzie Gore. First pitch to him is a ball. Swings and misses on the fastball up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is up the middle and through. Will Benson picks up his first hit of the season. A base hit up the middle. And it will be a 1-out single for the Reds. Runners going, throw down from Ruiz, and he is safe. Second stolen base of the day for Cincinnati. Count is 2-0 to Friedel. That's a strike, 2-1. Two and 1 to Friedel. Nope. That is low, ball 3. One out walk to Friedel.
Now batting, center fielder, Stewart.
And now bring in Stuart Fairchild for the 3rd time today. Count is 0-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Cade Cavalli warming up in the Montreal bullpen. He had a really good spring training. Probably one of the best pitchers to come out of Montreal spring training. Double play, ball 1. And they got them both turned by Mackenzie Gore on the mound. And he gets out of the jam. We go to the 5th inning. This game's tied up at 3.
Leading off for Montreal, the left fielder.
Montreal Expos baseball continues here on opening day here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. Home of the oldest team in Major League Baseball, the Cincinnati Reds. Rosario hits a fly ball to center. Back goes Fairchild. That is out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, Victor Robles.
Robles grounds to Candelario. 2 outs.
Now batting, the second baseman, Luis Garcia.
Now bring in Luis Garcia, the leadoff hitter for Montreal here today. That is fouled off. Count is 0-1. This is game 1 of a 3-game series. We will be off tomorrow. And then we will be back at it on Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll be back at home Monday, April 1st. For the Expos home opener against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Count is 1-2 to Garcia.
Outside, that's a ball.
Just a bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him looking. And the top of the 5th comes to a close. We go to the bottom of inning number 5. Jake Fraley, who had a solo blast back in the 3rd inning. He'll be due up here to start off the 5th inning against Mackenzie Gore.
Ball, that's out. Out.
2 balls, 2 strikes. To Fraley, that is one hopper to Sinzel. 1 away.
Now batting.
Why am I saying Sinzel? Like Sinzel. Either way, 1 away here in the 5th. That brings in Ellie De La Cruz, 2 for 2. Infield single and a double hit down the left field line back in inning number 3. Takes a strike, 1-1.
Ball 2.
That is low, 2-1.
1 strike.
Does my mic sound distant? Does my mic sound distant? I don't know. My mic just sounds very, very weird today. I don't know why. Fly ball to right, 2 away. Does my mic sound distant? I don't know. My mic just sounds very, very weird today. I don't know why. Fly ball to right, 2 away. Sorry if you can hear my stream in the background. Again, I'm just trying to see. My mic sounds weird. I don't know. Maybe it's something on my end. One ball, 1 strike to Spencer Steer. He is 0 for 2 today. That is hit down the left field line, and he's 1 for 3. He is on his way to second base, and that is the 3rd extra base hit in this game for the Reds. Line to first, and the inning's over. We go to the 6th inning here in Cincinnati. Montreal 3, Cincinnati 3. Down is 0-1 to CJ Abrams, 0 for 2. That is through for a base hit, CJ Abrams, with his first hit of the 2024 season. Able to sneak one through for a base hit. And that brings in Lane Thomas, 0 for 2.
1-0.
First pitch to him is a ball. In his 3rd at-bat today, he's popped up and he grounded out. In 2 plate appearances today.
Ball 2.
Here is the 2-0. Abrams waiting at first. Outside 3-0. Take a look at some scores around the league. The Padres were once up 5-1 against the Giants. Meanwhile, Giants score a few more runs. Now they trail 5-4. Ball 4 to Lane Thomas, and the Expos have runners at first and second. Mets and Brewers at Citi Field. That kicks off here later today. And Hunter Green may be done. After the midway through the sixth inning. After giving up the base hit to C.J. Abrams and a walk to Lane Thomas, Andrew Abbott, the lefty, will come in to face Joey Meneses. And that is hit down the left field line. The Expos have taken the lead. A 3-run shot for Joey Meneses. And the Expos have a 6-3 lead. It's a brand new ball game here in Cincinnati. Unbelievable. And Joey Gallo up next. Maybe that will motivate him to try and hit one out of the park. He's 0 for 2.
Ball, that's low. Hey.
2-1. To Joey Gallo. That is fouled off. Count is 2-2. Joey Gallo 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Sitting at 198 career home runs. We'll try and get 200 this year. 3-2 to Gallo. Ruiz, who has 2 home runs of his own, due up next. And Joey Gallo hits one in the left field against the shift. I thought they got rid of the shift, but I guess not. Gallo racing for 2, and he's got himself a double following up the 3-run blast hit by Joey Meneses. And that will bring in Keibert Ruiz. He homered once, he homered twice. Question is, will he homer a 3rd time today against Andrew Abbott? We're about to find out. First pitch is fouled off. And it's 0-1. That is way up high. Way out of the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now he's got a 1-2 count on Ruiz. Gallo's at second. Nobody out. Struck him out on a fastball. First out for the Reds here in the 6th inning. So I'll bring in Nick Senzel, the former Red. Used to be an outfielder, but the Expos have him playing 3rd base today. Oh, that about hit him. And Senzel will head to first base, I guess. I'm guessing that was intentional. I'm not sure if Andrew Abbott and Senzel were teammates last year. Let's see, Abbott was with the Reds last year. And then we'll look at Nick Senzel. Yeah, I don't know what happened between the two of them. I guess that was that must have been intentional. Must have done that on purpose. Hard to tell these days. Eddie Rosario with is 0 for 2 today. And he swings and hits one to right field back is Benson, who tracks it down. Runners stay put at first and second, and there's now 2 outs.
The center fielder, number 16, Victor Robles.
Here at the top of the 6th inning, that brings in Victor Robles 0 for 2 with the bat here today. That is low, ball 1.
Ball that's outside.
Ball outside, 2-0.
Ball 3.
Ball 3 to Garcia. It's a good friend, Victor Robles. Garcia on deck. Robles with a 3-0 count.
No, ball 4.
That'll load him up.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Garcia.
And Luis Garcia up next. 2 outs. Bases loaded.
Hey.
You know something we have not gotten yet in the simulation series is a grand slam. Garcia down 0-2. Maybe this will be the at-bat we finally see a grand slam. But Andrew Roberts says no. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. No grand slam from Luis Garcia, but Joey Meneses hit a 3-run blast to give the Expos a 6-3 lead. Don't go anywhere, folks. More Expos baseball coming up. And the Expos head to the bullpen heading into the 6th inning. Jordan Weems, the righty, first up. The first pitching change made by Martinez. And Cade Cavalli and Matsui are both now warming up in the Expos bullpen, a righty and a lefty. That Matsui guy, that was the guy the Padres got. They put him on the trade block after this spring training. The Expos reached out, said, hey, we're interested. We'll take him off your hands. And the Padres said, sure. Why not? And Stevenson strikes out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Jamer Candelario.
1 away here in the 6th inning. And that brings in Jameer Candelario, 0 for 2. Former Detroit Tiger. He spent a year in Washington last year. And then he took a deal with the Reds in 2024. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jordan Weems here in the 6th inning.
Now batting, right fielder, Will Benson.
No, that's down. That's a ball.
Ball 2 to Will Benson. Bottom of the 6th inning. Score is now 6-3. Expos on top. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Inside, ball 3.
And now the count is full. 3-2. To the Reds' number 9 hitter. And he struck out on that four-seam fastball. Jordan Weems strikes out the side. We played 6 full here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Score is 6-3 Expos.
Inside, ball 1.
The batter, the right fielder, Lane Thomas.
One out here in the 7th. Here's Lane Thomas. What happened to our good friend C.J. Abrams? What happened to him? Did I seriously go past him? I did. Well, Abrams flew out. And Lane Thomas rips one down the line. That's a foul ball. Count is 0-2. 0-2 from Abbott, still on the mound for the Reds. Here at the top of inning number 7. That is a ground ball to Candelario at third. Throw to first in time. 2 outs.
Now batting, the first baseman, Joey Meneses.
And that brings in Joey Meneses. Take you back to the last inning. A 3-run blast down the left field line. They give the Expos a 6-3 lead.
0-1's the count.
2 outs here in the 7th. He's up once again. This time Abbott's being a lot more careful pitching to him. That goes into left field. Not a home run, but they still get the out. Time to stretch here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. It's the Expos 6, Reds 3, heading into the home half of the 7th. And Yuki Matsui, the lefty, a lefty specialist,
The left fielder, TJ.
will come in relief here in the 7th. He'll face the top of the order for the Reds, Friedel,
Nope. That's inside.
TJ Friedel, Stuart Fairchild, and Jake Fraley. Friedel 1 for 2 with the walk. He had a single, led off the game with a single in the first. He flew out
Nope, that's foul.
to right field and he's walked. Stuart Fairchild 0 for 3, and then Jake Fraley 1 for 3 with that home run he hit in the 3rd inning. Count is 2-1 for Matsui.
Nope, that's
That is low, 3-1. For those of you just tuning in, bottom of the 7th inning here in Great American Ballpark. Opening day, Montreal Expos, Cincinnati Reds. There's a flare out to center, catch made by Robles, one away. So the leadoff man is retired
The center fielder,
once more here in the game. That brings in Stuart Fairchild. 1 out here in the 7th. Fairchild, as we mentioned earlier, is 0 for 3. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch, meanwhile, is in for strike 1. Here's a 1-2 from Matsui.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now the count's even up 2-2.
Full count.
He turned it 0-2 count into a full count. Here's the windup in the pitch for Matsui once more. And he struck him out.
The designated hitter, Jake Fraley.
2 outs here in the 7th. That brings in Jake Fraley. Fraley hits one down the line. Count is 0-1.
Ball 1.
Had to scratch my head there for a second. Adjust my headset. Maybe that's why I sound a little bit off today. Here's the 1-2 to Fraley. Here's the 1-2 to... That is hit down the line. That's a foul ball. Kind of looks like Jason Worth there for a second. There's a strikeout for Matsui. We played 7 full here in Cincinnati on opening day. It'll be Joey Meneses' good friend Joey Gallo leading things off. Andrew Abbott's still in the ball game for some odd reason. He'll face Gallo. He'll face Ruiz. He'll face Nick Senzel. That is fouled off. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike. Lance Lynn entering the season, 2,000 career strikeouts. Paul Goldschmidt, 2,000 hits on the St. Louis Cardinals. Joey Gallo, 2 home runs away from 200. Hopefully we see that sometime this week. And Joey Gallo with a base hit in right field. He is now 2 for 4 on the day. Every time we mention Joey Gallo's 200 home runs, ends up getting a base hit. Maybe that's why he struck out twice earlier. We didn't mention it, so we have to mention Joey Gallo hitting home runs, and he gets hits. They're not home runs by any means. Otherwise, he probably would go deep twice today. As I was saying earlier, Expos don't play the Cardinals until July. We'll have a 4-game series with the men from July 5th to July 8th in Montreal, and then we'll go to St. Louis on July 26th to July 28th. Here's Ruiz, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That is off the glove of McLean. Throw to first is in time to get him anyway. 1 away. About knocked off his glove. Tried knocking this ball down. Able to get the throw to first in time. Could have been trouble, for all we know. Could have been trouble indeed. Senzel hits one up the middle and through for a base hit. That might score a run. The throw in from Fairchild's not in time. Joey Gallo scores. And it's 7-3 Expos here in the 8th. Here's Rosario. Runners going. Throw down by Stevenson. And Nick Senzel, the former Red, has his first stolen base of the year against his former ball club. Fastball taken by Rosario, strike 2. Or it's a 7-3 game. Did I say it was 8-3 at one point? No, it's 7-3. It could be 8-3 depending on what Eddie Rosario does here with this 1-2 count. He strikes out. Fernando Cruz will try and get Robles out. So there goes my fantasies of Eddie Rosario making this a 8-3 ball game. We'll have to rely on Victor Robles now with 2 outs here in the 8th and a runner at second. That's ripped foul on the splitter. Count is 0-2. Fernando Cruz trying to get one batter out only. Robles fouls off the fastball. Count is 0-2. Popped up. Stevenson calls for it. And Fernando Cruz comes in, does his job. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Nick Senzel makes this a 7-3 Expos lead. Tanner Rainey coming in now out of the Expos bullpen now. We saw Mackenzie Gore get the start. We saw Jordan Weems strike out the side in the 6th inning. We saw Matsui in the 7th. And now we'll see Tanner Rainey here in the 8th, and we'll most likely see Garcia or Dylan Floro. Or who knows, maybe even Hunter Harvey in the 9th inning and try and get the save. De La Cruz hits ground ball to Garcia at second, 1 out.
Up next in Cincinnati, the first baseman.
Reds trail by 4. Down to their final 5 outs here against the Expos here on opening day. That's a swing and a miss. Count is 0-1 on the fastball there. Tanner Rainey, he's got a 4-seamer, he's got a slider, and a 2-seamer. So 3 pitches from that selection to try and get Spencer Steer out. That is hard hit to third, 2 outs. So a ground out to second, and then a ground out to third. To start off the 8th inning, here is Matt McClain. He's got 1 hit tonight. That came in the 3rd inning. First pitch to him is a ball. Take a look at some scores around the league. Zach Wheeler, 8 innings, 8 scoreless innings, and a Philly 1-0 win over the Braves. The Pirates are pounding on the Marlins at Marlins Park. 10-3 is the score heading into the 8th inning. Dodger Stadium, Cardinals lead the Dodgers 4-2. Freddie Freeman went deep today with a couple RBIs. At Petco Park, Giants-Padres tie it up. Ball 4 to Matt McClain. That brings in Tyler Stevenson. So we got ourselves a ball game at Petco Park, and then at Citi Field. It's only in the 2nd inning, and the Brewers are up 8-0. 8-0, and it's only the 2nd inning. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's a term that a lot of announcers use, seems like. Doesn't matter if it's baseball or basketball, football, water polo even. Stevenson strikes out to end the 8th inning. Yeah, Oh, yeah, there's a lot of unbelievable things that happen in water polo. Just like there's a lot of unbelievable things that have happened in this ball game between the Expos and the Cincinnati Reds. Fernando Cruz
1-0.
back at it here in the ninth. Reds got some activity going on in their bullpen. It'll be the top of the Montreal Expos order due up here in the ninth. Luis Garcia, C.J. Abrams, and Lane Thomas all have done pretty solid today. Garcia flies out to shallow right center. That is out number one. Well, the only one out of the three that's gotten a hit is C.J. Abrams. So I guess they're not all doing great. Combined, Luis Garcia, C.J. Abrams, and Lane Thomas combined is 1 for 10 with a walk. Combined. Nothing in 2 to Abrams. The only one out of those three who's got the hit today. That's a splitter. That is outside ball 1. And it's 1-2. Here's the windup in. The pitch on its way from Fernando Cruz. And a splitter taken for ball 2. How about that? The St. Louis Cardinals are favorites to win the NL Central, and they're 80-82. Wonder what the Expos projected win or record is supposed to be. Well, I guess we'll have to find out. Well, we'll just have to play more baseball.
3-2.
And find out. Count is full to C.J. Abrams. Lane Thomas on deck. And Cruz throws a splitter. And Abrams fouls it off again. Splitter, four-seamer, cutter, and slider. And the cutter's hit in the air to right center field. Back at the wall. This one is caught. Nice catch by Stuart Fairchild for out number 2. Two flyouts to center field here in the top of the ninth. And that will bring in Lane Thomas. Rounds to third. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Expos 3 outs away from a win. Jameer Candelario will lead off for the Reds when we come back. 7-3 Expos is the score.
The third baseman, Jameer Candelario.
Robert Garcia
That's a ball.
will come in and try and get the save. He'll face Candelario, Will Benson, and TJ Friedel here in the Reds half of the ninth. I apologize if I sound like I'm kind of losing my voice. I guess I kind of am. But oh well. Still were able to get a game out for you guys. Yeah.
Ball inside.
Slider taking 2 balls, 2 strikes. Candelario 0 for 3 today. Robert Garcia hoping to make him 0 for 4. Well, let's see.
3-2.
Well, instead, he'll work the count full. That is down the line. That's a foul ball. Nope, the umpire's going to call it fair. Candelario's racing for 2. A leadoff double here in the ninth. Looks like to me it was a foul ball. No, oh no, that was clearly fair. I don't know what I was thinking. I It's a good song, but
Ball, that's in.
still, I thought that was going to be a foul ball. Take a look at the replay. I don't know why, but I looked up for a second from my my lineup card. I saw that Candelario hit it. It went down the line, and I didn't see it hit the white line there. I didn't see that it went there. I looked up and it kind of skipped in the foul territory here. So for me, I look up and I think, oh, that's a foul ball. Nope. Umpires call it there. Candelario's racing for second, and he's got himself a double to lead off the ninth. Will Benson 1 for 3. We'll try and bring him home. Take a look at some more scores around the league. In the American League side, Orioles 4-3 the final score against the Angels. Blue Jays lead the Rays 9-0 at Tropicana Field. Will Benson will head to first base on a walk. And TJ Friedel will be due up next for the Reds here in the ninth. Still no outs. And the Reds have runners at first and second. White Sox lead the Tigers 3-1 in the south side of Chicago. In Minute Maid Park in Houston, 2-0 Yankees. Couple RBIs hit by Giancarlo Stanton. There's a pop-up. Ruiz calls for it. 1 out. Stuart Fairchild will be due up next. Here comes Hunter Harvey. Broken bat, fouls it off. Fairchild 0 for 4 here today.
Nope, outside.
That's the ball, 1 strike. Now we're in the ninth inning at Petco Park, and the Giants and Padres are still tied. Citi Field, Mets scored a run in the third. They still trail the Brewers 9-1. Here's the 1-2 to Fairchild. Reds trail the Expos by 4. Trying to keep the at-bat going. A 1-2 from Harvey.
Nope.
That is taken for ball 2. Candelario, the runner at second. At first base, that is Will Benson. Fastball rung him up, 2 outs.
Up next in Cincinnati,
Oops.
the designated hitter, Jake Fraley.
Two outs, that brings in Jake Fraley. Strike 1. Had a home run back in the third. Fouls it off 0-2, and the Reds are down to their last strike. Candelario, the runner at second. At first base, Will Benson. Here's the 0-2. That is hit hard into right field, a base hit. That may score a run. And it's 7-4. There is life for the Reds here on opening day. Jake Fraley picks up his second RBI of the day. He will be 2 for 5. Ellie De La Cruz up next, 0 for 1, or 2 for 4. 0-1 count. Reds still have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Home run could tie it. Possibly for the Reds. Who knows? Down to his last strike. That is outside, ball 1. Reds down to their last strike. Here's the 1-2 from Hunter Harvey.
That's ball 2.
That's up high once again, 2-2. Expos win opening day. Struck him out swinging. Hunter Harvey gets the job done. The Expos get the job done here on opening day, and it's a 7-4 Montreal victory. Their first of the season. Mackenzie Gore with the win, Hunter Green with the loss. Hunter Harvey comes in, gets the save. And just like that, the ball game's over here in Cincinnati. Expos win 7-3. A lot of action in this game. And it's a pretty satisfying live stream, I must say. So now our next game, our home opener against the Pirates. Stay tuned for that game. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Like and subscribe. I'm Josh Wright signing off from Cincinnati. Final score, Expos 7, Reds 4. Good night from Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. Expos win 7-4.